What is up, everyone? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a couple of things that people have been questioning about the Smash World Tour, whether it be the prize pool, whether it be the format that they're using, and whether or not people should be getting paid for these brackets. So first off, I want to go over the getting paid for the initial brackets. In case y'all are unaware, Smash World Tour is both Ultimate and Melee, but Melee is like purely invitation based around like the people that are good enough, so like they basically only have the phase 2 and on, whereas Ultimate had open online qualifiers. I don't think they were allowed to, I'm assuming they weren't allowed to run online qualifiers for Melee, a la Big House getting canceled because of Slippy, so I don't know if that would have worked. I'm not 100% sure. I obviously am not in the back end of that. I'm not on VG Bootcamp, so I don't know, but I'm assuming that's one of the reasons why they didn't do that, whereas Ultimate had the online qualifiers. And in order to make it fair for both Ultimate and Melee players, you can only make money when both of the events exist, right? Which is the phase 2, whereas that is Melee and Ultimate. So the reason that they didn't really give money for the qualifiers here, in terms of like the round 1 online to incentivize people to actually play for first place, as opposed to, you know, Wrath and Cola going random in their thing, like that's why they aren't giving money, is because they don't want to make Ultimate players just inherently win more money because they have an extra round of the tournament. So they're only doing it on the second part. And again, that's my assumption, but it makes sense to me. It's like, so to make it balanced, you know, you don't want more stress already added onto the people that are trying to just qualify for the event. But now, of course, all of the online qualifiers are done for Smash World Tour Ultimate. So now we get the offline. There's been obviously a big problem that existed in basically every single online qualifier, which is similar to offline tournaments, honestly, which is wait times for stream. Because obviously VG Bootcamp wants people to watch, wants there to be the hype. So they streamed every single match. However, online and offline times are very different. One, because campier characters are better online, like Pac-Man and Steve, and, well, I think those characters are good offline regardless, but, like, more campy characters are better online, so overall, the pace of the game is going to slow down. I guess Sonic is a big one, right? Although it didn't really happen in the Northeast. Also, it takes longer to counterpick because we're all using Smash GG instead of just, like, talking. You know, we're not just like, hey, I banned these 2 stages, and then you just pick your characters really simply. Everything has to be clicked and everything. So it literally just takes longer to do what you got to do online, right? Because of Smash GG, because of the waiting screens on the arenas and stuff like that. So it takes longer, and that combined with streaming every single set, which is 8 sets in winners, to then 4 sets in winners, to then 2 sets in winners, to then the 2 sets in losers for qualification, and then the top 6. It's a lot of sets, and the problem is, there is only one stream. Most majors either cut some matches or have 2 streams. Obviously, VG Bootcamp had language differences in their stream. VG Bootcamp 2 and 3 were, I think, Japanese and Spanish respectively, which is really cool, and I like that idea. However, it's kind of hard to say. It's like, oh, well, next time do blank, because I don't think they're going to have online, if this happens next year or the year after that or whatever. I don't think it's going to be online qualifiers because more places will be more vaccinated. There will be safer majors by that time, I would assume. So maybe like there'll just be 1 online qualifier, or maybe like 1 per like country, but there will also be offline qualifiers that are probably bigger, more important, etc. Maybe the online's only like the last chance qualifiers. Not 100% sure. Obviously, again, not VG Bootcamp. I don't know their plan. It was really, I mean, I streamed my run, and I had huge gaps. And me, personally, I don't struggle with those gaps, but it is very hard to stay warmed up for multiple hours. Like, I was on the bottom of my bracket, so literally, it was like 2 hours and 25 minutes until I played my first set after the start time of the bracket, because I had to wait for 6 other sets, and each set takes 20 minutes, even if it's a 3-0, right? Like, it takes a while, unless you're absolutely getting obliterated. Plus, every 2 sets, they ran like 5 to 10 minutes of ads, which again, make your money, VG Bootcamp, I'm not mad about that, but I feel like the lack of 2 streams really slowed down the process, like really slowed down the process, and it's very hard to stay warm for that long. And it affected a lot of people. I mean, I saw mostly people in the Northeast complain about it, but that's obviously because the Northeast was like extra stressful for a lot of people, like DeBuzz in particular. Whereas like everyone kind of knew this already, but you know, I remember I was playing in an online tournament, and NVD was playing in his, you know, Smash World Tour Southwest, and he qualified. But I was like, oh, how's your bracket going? He's like, oh, I haven't played yet. He's like, I'm in 2 more sets, and so like I played an entire tournament up to like top 8, and then he played his first set. So, like, that's kind of crazy that they would just be... It takes a long time. So yeah, maybe they could have done that better. Maybe they could have had a second mainstream, basically, and then the other two languages still, and like those could go back and forth. I'm not 100% sure, because I think that would just have made it better. Also, they decided to stream the entirety of the main bracket, like in terms of like the finals, which makes sense, but they were waiting... Like, the last chance qualifier had to wait extra long to know if they were going to qualify or not when the 6 people in the main bracket already qualified. So maybe I would prioritize the last chance qualifier people. Like, oh my god, let's see who's going to qualify, and then finish the main bracket. I think that would make a little bit more sense. There's no next time, because I think the entire format's going to be different if VG Bootcamp gets to do another Smash World Tour. So yeah, that's some problems with it. But with that said, let us go into what's going to happen in the next round of the Smash World Tour with all the online qualifiers done. So, basically, the brackets break down like this. The 8 people from the Southeast and the 8 people from the Northeast play in North America East, which is the next round, and then the top 6 will qualify into the finals. Same for the Northwest and the Southwest. They converge into a bracket and play, or I think there's pools. I'll go into that in a little bit, but I just want to go over this first. 16 people from Central America, which I assume... I guess, does Central America include Mexico? I guess it does, even though it's technically North America, but probably the Central America qualifiers, and then Mexico is included in this. South America, it goes from 16 to 1, which is kind of crazy, but also South America, like, this is kind of how they correct what happened before, because a lot of people, of course, were complaining, oh my god, the regions are so messed up in how they're split, why is there only one Japan event? Why are there so many people that are incredible in Northeast, but then the other regions were kind of whack? And it's kind of fixes itself here, whereas you can't just make a region that is good at the game have way more spots, because that's blatantly unfair to the people in the other regions. Like, if you just go, yeah, Southeast and Northeast are way better than Southwest and Northwest, so we're just gonna, like, use 2/3 of the spots for the East and then not for the West, it doesn't work. That's really unfair. If you want to kind of split it in a way that makes even a little bit of sense, you have to do it so that regions are going to be more stacked than others, just because you have to make it relatively even for the first part. But then the second part is when it fixes it, because I don't have to win my Smash World Tour second round event because 6 people qualify. Whereas a less stacked region of South America and Oceania, for example, because I'm putting them from here, they only get 1 representative, right? Whereas Europe gets 6, East Asia gets 6, which includes Japan, and then Central America, and then North America actually gets 12 because you get 6 from the West, 6 from the East. So this is kind of how they're fixing the problems of how many people can qualify from a region in the first place. And again, I think it's fine how they did the splits. Maybe like Virginia should have been in the Southeast, and like that's about it. Maybe like a couple states could have moved, but it was going to happen. Like Ontario is going to be with New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts, because they're definitely all the Northeast, you know what I'm saying? Unless they did a specifically Canada event, but then you have a huge variance in where people are from, and then that connection can be bad. So it makes sense that they kind of split it in half. South America is huge, just has a big scene. I agree. And hopefully, at some point, they can get more exposure. I mean, they will get exposure from their South America 16-person World Tour. I know that Central America is generally considered better. Like, of course, it has Mexico, which is crazy. And then, like, I know Shiny Mark. There's a lot of good players from Central America. And I am bad at where countries are because I'm a dumb geographically illiterate American. So I'm not going to say where they are. I think the DR, so like Sonics, is considered Central America as well, even though it's like the Caribbean, which, whatever. I don't get it. But I don't know, they still have, like, people still have their qualifiers. This obviously makes money, right? This tournament makes money, this tournament makes more money. And of course, they're advertising it as $200,000. That is split between both games, just in case y'all were unaware. So it's $100,000 for Ultimate and $100,000 for Melee. And then of course that gets split between all, how many tournaments is this? 7, 14, 16 tournaments, right? So this is the second round. This is the money for every second round tournament, right? First place gets 1,600, second gets 8, third is 600, fourth is 400, both fifth place get 200, both seventh place get 150, all 4 ninth get 125, and all 13 get 4. Or all 13th place gets 100. So every single player that made it to their last event, like the second event, makes money. You can go, oh, whatever, and you're going to make at least $100, just for clarity's sake. And then the last tournament obviously has more money, which is 20K, 13K, 8, like that's a lot of money. Even if you get last in that last thing, you get $1,000. So like that's money, right? Like that's shmoney. Group stage. Okay, yes, there we go. Regional finals. So in the group stage, 16 invited players will be split into 4 groups of 4 players. So 4 pools of 4. The players in each group will compete in a round robin with best of 5 matches. Players in each group will be ranked according to the number of match wins, and then tiebreaker for pools, and then we all go to a bracket. All players from each group will advance to the bracket stage, which is double elimination bracket. Players ranked first in a group will be placed in winner's bracket. Players ranked second in a group will be placed in the second round of loot. Only first place gets in the bracket? Damn. That's crazy. So winners are guaranteed 5th. So if you win your pool, you qualify for the finals because you would be in the winner semis, which is top 6. So if you get second in your pool, you're guaranteed 9th, I suppose. So you have to win 2 sets. And then in the finals, there's 8 pools of 4 with, I guess, the same thing. Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually insane. Wow, okay. So, just so y'all know, this starts relatively soon. The first regional finals, which is the Oceania Melee and Ultimate Finals, is June 25th, which today, as of recording this, is May 25th. The second round starts in 1 month. And then everything is, of course, offline. You have the East Asia Finals, and then some of the Melee ones are on like different days than the Ultimate ones. But mine, which is the North America East Finals, is November. Damn, that's actually really late. November 6th and 7th. That's quite late. I thought it was in October. I was incorrect. As viewers, we are in a real treat because that tournament we stacked. Oh yeah, like this is going to from now on be like crazy. And again, it's all going to be offline, right? And then the championships are probably in December. I think they should. So yeah. That is basically all you're going to need to know for the Smash World Tour. Of course, follow BG Bootcamp. Their VODs are amazing on their YouTube channel if you want to check out any of the VODs that have happened, whether it's the main bracket or the LCQ. I look forward to my event. I hope I can do well and qualify for the finals because I think the only person I'm like... I think there are 2 people in my pool, or in my like event, that I'm definitively worse than, which is DeBuzz and Tweak, which I think that would be fair to say. But I think I'm the 3rd best player after that, because I'm better, like, I think I'm the best player in the Southeast, period, in terms of, like, rank. And then the Northeast, again, people like Mars didn't qualify, and Leo's not in my bracket, and, like, all the people that beat me, like Meister, I lose to, like, the super top players, right? And they're all kind of spread out enough that I don't have to worry about, except the Buzz and Tweak. But also I can beat both of them, so we'll see. I'm actually really looking forward to the Central America Finals, because I want to see how the rest of Central America stacks up against Mexico, which is, I would probably say, the most stacked Central American. It's not Central America, but just in this case, the Central American region. So I really look forward to that. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below what you want me to go over for the rest of it. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.